Hello and welcome. My name is Nilaus and this is a channel update, and we've reached November. So it's been a while since my last channel update, and I think it's time for us to go through what's going on the channel. Well, let's have a look at the channel. This is the YouTube channel. You can actually not see how many views and all that. So the channel is doing quite okay. I think we've however been really stable over the last 2 months or so, so there's not really any growth. And yeah, well, that's how it goes. It's a bit of up and down. The Factorio is in a bit of a slump waiting for 0.16, and since this is primarily a Factorio channel, well, what can you expect? Anyway, let's talk about some of the things that's going on my channel. Well, that's streaming versus videos. As you may have noticed lately, I have started streaming quite a lot. I've been really enjoying the streaming, the interactive part of it, and also sort of the casual building and design of it. So this is it's something I'm probably gonna turn up a bit, and I'd really like to hear your opinion about sort of the streaming part versus the more crisp videos that I generate for YouTube. So what do you like? What is balance? How do you feel like it? Also, in terms of my my C block campaign, how do you like this part where I'm making like a 4-hour stream and then try to do like a 10-15 minute summary of it afterwards? Anyway, let's also talk about sort of the Patreon, the YouTube, and let's see if I can make this work. Yes. Patreon, YouTube, Twitch. This is on the more revenue side. I've been asked by a lot of people, so what benefits me the most? And to be perfectly honest, this is Patreon is by far the best, especially after YouTube Apocalypse and the new rollout of new algorithms that basically, whenever you upload a video, there's a chance that you just don't get any revenue from it. It's really peanuts and pennies for my sake, and this is not the primary goal of it. But in terms of it, definitely the Patreon is a big part of it. I also really enjoy the fact that there's this small community of captains of industry as part of the Order of the Path of the on Discord. I think it's a great number of people. There's a great community there. So join in, even if you're not a Patreon supporter, then just join the Discord. Right, so there's also the Twitch. On Twitch, there's the subscription. That's I very much appreciate that as well. In the Patreon part, I am currently having a goal of when I get hit the 200 mark, then I'll buy a new gaming PC and then retire this one as purely a video editing and stream conversion PC. Going to be a bit of a project. I'm not very good at this PC build, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I have people helping me on this. Also, I'm building a website, and it's not supposed to do much except sort of be the front to my little company, explaining what's going on, what are the newest things, maybe add some kind of schedule on when I'm being active. It's really hard for me to hold down a really strict schedule of on Twitch, but I really want to hit it as close as possible. So my key dates are Tuesday and Thursday, but you know, real life sometimes comes in the way. Anyway, let's talk about gaming. Factorio, we have a number of series in actually not that much, not as much as I have previously had, but the C block is taking quite a bit of time with 2 times a week the streaming going on. It's immensely fun for me, and I think it's a great challenge. It's a really cool mod pack. So I'm really enjoying that a lot, and I'll be continuing it. It's going to be lasting for probably a month to go. Probably by Christmas it'll be done. Now, the other one, the Belts and Blocks, this is my solo series. I'm really happy with it. It's about the most crisp and structured base I've built. It's a nice little challenge of not building with robots all the time. I really like it. I love it. It's just not particularly popular. And by the time, since it's vanilla, I've really reached the end of the road. So I'm kind of thinking maybe, basically, and what I enjoy playing the most is AngelBob. That's just so much better game than the vanilla experience. And I'm considering starting up a solo campaign, maybe sort of along the lines of Belts and Blocks, maybe sort of along the lines of Vanilla done right. But it'll basically be an AngelBob series where I play it the way I want to, the way I think is best, just without making any huge constraints on do not do this or you must do this, but just enjoying my way through that game while waiting for 0.16 to come out. That's on the Factorio side. I also have a small project in motion with the captains of industry. We're having a good time trying to build a base, and it's kind of gotten more ambitious than we started. I started with just as a speed run, but I can't do speed runs. I can only do slow, methodical, well designed, well crafted bases. So it's kind of grown too big, but we're working on it. Also on Twitch, that is. And then let's see other games. You may have noticed I played some Total War Warhammer. I really enjoy that game. It's immensely fun. It's just not very popular, and that's understandable. This is not my niche. I don't mind it being not so popular. I play it for my own sake, not for anyone else. However, the problem I see with that game is that once you get past this early game, there's really not much challenge. So once you've established your foothold, then the next 200 turns will just be trudging your way to that inevitable victory. And I think that's kind of bad design, to be honest. There should be, once you got a foothold, maybe got two death balls up and running, and then that's about it. Because any army controlled by a player will always beat an army controlled by the AI. Darkest Dungeon, XCOM, still some of my favorites. I yearn to return to them, but I don't think there will be much time because both of them are taking so much time, and I don't know. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. If I did Darkest Dungeon, it would probably be streaming because that's there are some immediacy there, and there's now that we have some captains of industry, some Patreons, that would also be great to name to start killing them off. So I might do that. There's also a new DLC out there. Other games, by all means, throw some ideas at me. And what kind of games would be fun? And in order to just explain what kind of games I think are fun, it has to be a very very long learning curve. So you can see Factorio, Darkest Dungeon, XCOM. They all three have this part where you can play them easily, but you can keep improving. Darkest Dungeon and XCOM has this additional feature, or that it's extremely punishing. Factorio doesn't have that, but it's also something that I really enjoy. So something complex, something, but it shouldn't be like Dark Souls complex. And I'm not fast on the fingers, so anything turn-based is better than anything non-turn-based. Factorio is about as real time as it gets for me. So anyway, I think that's by all means throw some ideas at me. I think this is enough of an update. I really appreciate all the support. I think it's great fun hanging out in Discord and see the discussions go on. I am immensely enjoying the Twitch chat conversations, and I want to keep that up. I should also mention that I am not as good as I used to be on following up on YouTube comments. I read everything, but I may not comment on everything, and because I just don't have that kind of time, unfortunately. So even though you write something and I don't reply, I have read it and I've appreciated. So thank you for that. Anyway, if you haven't already, jump on the Discord, have a look at when I'm streaming, check out the channel and all that. So see you around. Bye.